Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Durrani and Sherif from VG247.com. And this is the third patch now for Battlefield.
That's right.
This is the third patch.
The third and final for the year 2021.
For the year. And we're going to be going over where the game is at right now, currently. So what we're going to do is quickly go through all of the patch notes. So there's four, but there's like a 0.1 patch notes. I'm going to highlight some of the most impactful changes in there. And then at the end, we're going to discuss a little bit about how we're finding it now, as opposed to on launch. So in patch 1, this was the day 1 patch. There was nothing in here. There was some stability stuff. And it's just like, yeah, okay, we're launching. Nothing good there. Literally nothing to speak about.
Yep. Patch
2. This is when, players have been playing it now and they got to voice their opinions and concerns with the game. And this was EA DICE's first attempt at fixing stuff. So we have bullet spread is reduced. We have more consistent revives. Vehicles are nerfed, and then more stability stuff. This one made it feel a bit better. I'd say the bullet spread, that being reduced, made guns feel a little tighter. I'm not gonna lie. Still
made a difference for sure.
Yeah, did make a difference, which was good. And the vehicles, mainly the hovercraft, which we all know about the hovercraft doing a bit too much. That was nerfed, along with all of the other land vehicles and the air ones as well. So that was a noticeable difference in that second patch. And then we have patch 3. This is them hearing the concerns about the UI. The UI is clunky. It's not intuitive to use. So they improved the collection screen, so you go to customize your loadouts, because you were clicking on things that your eyes are telling you that you should be able to click, right? And it just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do.
For you, was the biggest patch for sure. Like insides and notes. Like it was almost like the day 1 patches of old.
Yeah. So this was like a sweep of changes. Well, fixes mainly. It was a sweep of fixes, which was good. Which was good. They brought the weekly missions as well. I'm not yet to care about the weekly missions, but then this is the 0.1. So there's patch 3.1, and this is the one where I felt a big change in the game. A very, very big change. So this was the hit reg consistency. This was a balance to bullet dispersion or bloom and recoil. This was even more vehicle nerfs. This was a massive pass, a big sweep on all of the audio, improved a lot of the sound. On Kaleidoscope, was it on Kaleidoscope?
Kaleidoscope and an Hourglass on Breakthrough, yeah.
Yeah, on Breakthrough, there was a objective on top of a skyscraper.
Yeah, literally on top
that was impossible to reach. If you're on an attacking side, it was not fun to try and get to. The only way up was through a helicopter or to go up the zip lines. But when you went up the zip lines, people literally had their guns pointing in your face.
Yeah, it was the elevator, but yeah, the people were like that because like 64 players just camping on a roof.
Yeah.
Like, okay, good luck.
It was not fun at all. And also they added official rush support, but to Portal. So this is like, it's not a community modded one. This is DICE putting out rush into Portal. And then today they have just added a 64-player game mode to the All Out War game mode variants. So that's Conquest and Breakthrough. So now there's 64-player variants of those for a limited time. So yeah, when we first covered Battlefield, we've done a few videos for Battlefield now, it was a lot of constructive criticism, and some people might see it as negative, but I think it was very just and it was very valid what we were saying in those videos, because these are the things that they had to fix and they are fixing already. But this one, I'm a bit happier, to be honest. I'm a bit happier with the state of, with how I felt playing Battlefield the other day. I said in our sort of the current state of Battlefield video that there was one thing. I said if they can get the weapons to feel right, I will overlook and wait for everything else. That was mine. I'm on record saying that. And you know what? In that third patch, the weapons are feeling good, man. I'm not gonna lie. The weapons are feeling. It's night and day. It is night and day. When you shoot people, they actually die now, which is a massive change. Like some of the examples of the weapons not working were just embarrassing. Like people were point blanking people, full mag dump, and they weren't dying. Now you can tap fire, you can spray, you can get multiple kills in one mag easily. You can shoot as if you're shooting in any other game, and it just works now, which is great. That and the combination of another game mode that I spoke to you about was Rush. Rush is my favorite game mode in the Battlefield series. So with those two things combined, I enjoyed playing Battlefield last weekend. Sorry, I enjoyed playing Battlefield because of those two things. Because Rush was in Portal, and because of the hit reg and the overall weapon changes, it felt good, man. The AK that when you pressed it before was, the recoil was aiming you in the air. Now you can laser people with the AK. It just feels great, man. It feels really good. What are you thinking with your experience of Battlefield at the moment?
Yeah, I definitely think they're leaving it at a much better state at the end of this year. Almost like the state that it's in now. Obviously, it's not perfect, but I think this is the usual DICE launch, like right now, almost as if the game should have launched last week and not when it did.
Yeah.
There are problems, of course. There are design issues that will take a lot longer to kind of sort through first and then decide what you need to do with them. But yeah, the game is just more, like moment to moment, it's more fun to play. A big part of that, as you mentioned, is the weapon patches that they have done. That's the recoil, like how aggressive the weapon starts to kick, and the dispersion, where your bullets land, very important for the feel of the guns.
Yeah.
I may say that they have overtuned it a bit, like you're getting lasered from like distances that you shouldn't, almost like to like a level of Warzone, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it is not like firefights are more interesting now because of this. They are, again, like you said, it's good to land your shots. When you think you have like a good aim, you should be rewarded by getting
a kill.
And they've even made tap firing, which is like the Battlefield 4 thing, possible now. I was using the SCAR the other day, and the SCAR only has 20 bullets, and if you're going to spray someone, beyond 100 meters, you're not going to land many shots.
Yeah.
But if you tap fire, you can absolutely get more than 2 kills even. And the same goes for the DMRs. Like consistency, like the way the recoil resets after every shot, like for single fire weapons, is more rewarding if you're on target and not just one and then the other one just over their head. It's a lot of changes like that. I like the nerf changes, like the hovercraft obviously started this whole thing. It's not a menace anymore. The bolt. The bolt was never really a problem. It's just the 30 millimeter cannons on it, coupled with its own speed, was like a bad combo.
The speed, mate.
It was just, and then obviously exacerbating that problem was like no audio. So then you would die, and then the click cam would show, it's the bolt with the 30 millimeter cannon. You're like, how did I not hear that? This thing is like on tank treads. I should be able to do I jump? You know what I mean? Like you would hear the little the buggies and the little vehicles and jump out of the way. But this thing somehow is just silently just doing rotations. There's a boom, 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 explosive damage. No longer a thing. Audio, speaking of which, has been improved. I don't think it's in a great place right now, but it's much better. You can at least hear vehicles like heavy machinery, and you can at least have an idea of, are you being surrounded by teammates or enemies? Also the revive screen, the down screen has been you can
a
see
lot more revives coming through now, like instantly. Like as soon as you press I need a medic, people are coming to you. People are trying to revive you now. I'm not sure about in the all-out war modes, but in Rush, people were actually reviving, and that really surprised me. That really did surprise me. I didn't come across any of those bugs where you're not when you couldn't revive people as well.
It's still there if you're really close to a wall or an object. I found that if you can destroy it, sometimes your teammate will be down near like a stack of like boxes or cartons. Those are usually destructible, but if they're down by a wall, just release and respawn. But yeah, like the UI now tells you if there are medics nearby, you can hold a revive if you, because before that's another thing contributing to like no revives is that people like, I don't know if if these people can revive me. I'm just gonna respawn. I'm not gonna wait and
Yeah.
see. Like you can literally ping someone and tell them you're on your way, so you can they can hold the revive.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a lot of like very basic things that were missing are now in. Even simple things like the map screen just has a higher resolution now that you can see.
Yeah.
Again, the UI itself just needs to be replaced, but for fixing what was there, yeah, absolutely better. And across many areas, like even the collection screen, as you mentioned at the top, the customization menu, still cumbersome. Still takes like one more click that you want it, but it is better than it was. You can at least tell which of these things are already assigned, so you know, okay,
Yeah.
I already have the red dot. I don't need, So like simple things like that make a huge difference, and make the moment to moment better.
Yeah. I think as a whole, it definitely feels a lot better. If Battlefield 2042 were to have launched in the state it's currently in, people wouldn't have nitpicked so far into the other things that were, forgivable. Things that were forgivable that they could fix along the down the line, but things like the weapons not working properly at the start, it's not a good look. So if it were to have launched in this state as it is right now, it would have been a lot better. But as you said, there are core things wrong with Battlefield 2042 still that is going to take a lot longer. What would you say those are? Just as the class system.
Yeah, the class system I think is the major one. I think the class system is a thing, like is a problem for sure. But I think even more are just the map design. I don't even know, like I don't know how much of that you can fix really. To their credit, they have in the past tweaked maps after launch. They have done it a couple of times. There's I think it was the Suez map in Battlefield 1. They have made several tweaks to it over like months. Like they would do a thing and people were like, too much, and then they would do it, which is rare in games. So I'm hopeful that they will do the same for this. Maybe remove some of that dead space between objectives, so much of it, like maybe add a little bit of cover. Maybe just change like even the look of these maps to, have some sort of atmosphere, like there's a war going on or like there's something going on, and not have them like so pristine and clean and sanitized. You know what I mean? Like there's so much that they could do with maps, in gameplay and art. And then there's obviously the class thing with specialists. I don't know, like I don't have a plan for you as like, here's what you need to do to get this better, because I'm only now starting to get to the design problems, because I was just struggling with the rest of the technical problems. But now that a lot of these have been fixed, you can kind of see now, oh, okay, so maybe this was not a good idea for this, maybe this was not a good idea for that. I think design for obviously it's going to take a longer time. I think when they come back from holiday, I think they should focus on the netcode, because you're still getting like shots are being eaten by the server, going kind of weird, like flares popping but not taking out the missile, still getting hit in air vehicles. I would lump all that with netcode. The other major thing that they need to work on is the performance. The game just doesn't run well.
That's true.
I just recently got a new graphics cards updated from a 2080 Ti to a 3080 Ti, and it did get a boost, absolutely, but it's not the boost that you expect from like a 3-year-old card to like a practically top of the line NVIDIA GPU,
best in slot GPU.
Like if I had done that between like for 2 other games, I'd be like, dude, I'm like fucking 144 FPS locked here. But the game is just way too CPU bound, obviously because of the player count and the big maps and the AI running everywhere. And it's not even taking advantage of your full CPU. So it is CPU bound. It's kind of shy. So it's just, kind of hovering at like 60%. It's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Like use up my CPU. And then if you're struggling, then okay, I'll just get a better CPU. But you're not even using what's there. And it's just frustrating. All this really does is makes the frame rate fluctuate maddeningly. Like you'll spawn and then it's like, oh yeah, it's 120. It's pretty good. And then something will happen. And you're like sub 70. And you're just like, I just lost 40 frames. What happened?
Especially on PC, where a lot of these technologies, like all of the variable frame rates, like it's trying to correct when it is stable, like VSync, G-Sync,
DLSS.
DLSS, like all of these technologies that are trying to like compensate, and it's just throwing it all out of whack as well because the game is just running so.
I don't even think DLSS works. I
Yeah.
genuinely don't think it works. I think not in image quality, not in performance. Like you turn it on, it's like a placebo. I don't feel like it's because in any other game, even if you're looking at a static scene, you go in that menu and you be like ultra performance, you immediately see the frame rate jump. Immediately, and you're not doing anything. This game, I'm like, this is on ultra performance, so it should be like what 60% of my resolution.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling like the DLSS is generally pretty good, and the effect is immediately noticeable in any other game. So I genuinely think there's something wrong with the implementation, either, or it's just the feature wasn't finished. It was like maybe like the effect is so low that it's not even noticeable.
Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame. I hope the performance stuff can be fixed. Yeah, I feel like I'm quite confident in that one, the performance being fixed. I think next on the list is the class and the maps. That's the next main thing, and an option to toggle the end of match quips from the specialists. I think people are just being a bit are getting infuriated with hearing it now. Rightly so as well. I feel like that one they can just like put that in the option somewhere.
I think that's some a mute toggle like Call of Duty games would have.
Yeah.
For like a universal mute, not even just for the specialists. That's fine. Yep. For now, I'm just using the mute button on my keyboard. Which obviously has a side effect of muting people on Discord, but
Yeah, just mute everyone. I don't want to hear it
for 30 seconds. Let's just stick
we say all of that to say that. Yeah, Battlefield, if it launched in this state, we wouldn't have been so nitpicky. But it's like once they fix one thing, they go through one door that they fixed something. On the other side of that door, there's about 4 more doors that they now have to go through. Then they have to go through one of those doors, and then there's about 7 doors of things that they have to fix. And then they have to come back and then go back through the other doors and fix it. Yeah. It's going to be a long road. But I am enjoying Battlefield with the updated weapons and Rush. I really do hope they add Rush into All Out War.
Well, the Rush that they added is on on these maps. But I don't know if they're gonna make it permanent. Maybe they will. I don't know.
Yeah, they need to. Rush is my favorite game mode. It would be a shame if they didn't. But that is the follow-up for Battlefield 2042, covering the first 3 patches. We'll do another one of these. When a more significant patch is released.
Yeah. Maybe when the season starts.
Yeah, we'll check out the battle pass and what they got to offer. But yeah, all right, everyone. Peace out.